Everyone, and welcome back to my channel where I upload a bunch of bullet journal related content. Today I want to share with you my bullet journal setup for the year 2022. I decided to switch things up a little bit. Like in the last couple of months, I always try to just choose aesthetic themes for my months and for my yearly setups as well. But now I decided to kind of go more into anime and base this entire bullet journal, the entire year, off of animes. So every month I will choose an anime which will be the theme of the month. And for the start of the year I wanted to give you a little mix of a few animes I personally really like. As you can see, I decided to first go with Fairy Tail, one of my personal favorites, and I thought it was a cute little pun to go with Happy New Year as the name of the flying cat. You can see there is Happy for those of you who don't know him. For coloring, I used my Faber-Castell Polychromos, and for all of the line art I used my Unipin fine liners. And I'm really sorry for my head, which you can see a couple of times throughout the video. It does get better later on, but I will try to do a better job in my next video with keeping my head out of the frame. And as you can probably hear, I tried to find background music that kind of fits the anime and kind of reminds of the actual soundtrack of the anime. Of course, I wasn't able to use the soundtrack. I would have loved to, but copyright. So I hope I did a good job. For my yearly log, I will correct that in a little while. I actually didn't notice that I wrote monthly log, but then I took a break and came back to finishing my setup a couple of hours later, and I just looked at the page and I was like, okay, that's not a monthly log, but yeah, I'm gonna fix that in a second. But as you can see, hopefully, if you have kind of the logo of the anime in your mind, I did try to mimic the font of the actual title of the anime. And then for a little reference for the anime, I decided to include the pocket watch in the middle of the page. I did not draw a lot on this page because I will need the space for the events I have to put in there. Once I finish the spread, you will see an example of an event, how I will write them down on this page. But I decided not to include the entire year because I know I will not be able to fit the entire year in my bullet journal. So it would have been a waste of space and time to do the other 6 months because I will not use the spread. Yeah, as you can see, I tried to make a ombre look from the header. That's why I went lighter with the dark red at the top so I can blend it better. And I really like the look of it. Then I framed it with black like it is on the header of the anime, and used a white gel pen to make the letters stand out more. And here you can see the example. I will just mark the day where I have an event on the little calendar I included, and then I will write down the event on the side, where I will also add the day of the month again, so I know where it belongs to. Next up is Seven Deadly Sins, also one of my favorite animes, at least for the first 2 seasons, but yeah. And this spread is a birthday calendar spread where I will just write down from all of the birthdays I want to remember, because I'm really bad with days and I always feel bad if I miss a birthday and I don't want that. So I'm just gonna write everything on this page, so I hopefully won't forget. On the side, I decided to include the symbols of the 7 deadly sins, and since I did have a little bit more space, I also included the symbol for the demons, and yeah. Then I colored everything. The header is actually, I did base this header off the actual font of the anime as well. And it's kind of funny because actually a lot of animes do use this ombre look, so I did the same thing again. And then I also used the black background like before and the white gel pen in the end. I didn't want to smudge it while I was coloring the symbols on the side, so I did do the white gel pen afterwards, but it's coming. And then I colored everything with my polychromos again, and yeah, that's it for this spread. I have to say this is actually one of my favorites. Oh no, I did forget, I did use a gold gel pen as well for framing the little boxes where the symbols are in. We have Sword Art Online, and this is my spread for tracking the books I read throughout the year. You draw Eingrad from the first season or the first half of the first season of Sword Art Online, and I can use this to write down like the books I've read in every single layer where there are no windows and where it's big enough, but I kind of like the idea, so I'm gonna go with that. The coloring, as you can see, is actually not canon. It's not the way it is colored in the anime, but I saw a 3D model where I based this drawing off, and they did use some kind of orange in it, and I really like the look of it. So usually it's just like this gray greenish color, but I did think it looked a bit more interesting with the orange, so I used my creative freedom to change that up. Yeah, besides the orange, I used warm and cold gray tones to color in the other layers and the bottom part, and then I used 2 shades of brown to color the roots at the bottom. And there's my head again. I'm so sorry for showing my head all of the time. I will do a better job with my January sale, which will come very soon. And this one is gonna be My Hero Academia themed. So yeah. I decided to go with My Hero Academia since it's my birthday month. I thought about going for Fairy Tail, but since last year I started cosplaying on TikTok, and I actually did grow a few followers in the last month, which I'm really grateful for. I wanted to appreciate it and use it in my birthday month. So make sure to subscribe to my channel to see the setup of the next month. And while we are talking about My Hero Academia, here is my Hero Academia spread for the yearly setup. And I decided to do a full body drawing of Denki, which I was kind of nervous about because I didn't do that before, like full body drawings, and I wasn't sure if I would be able to get the proportions right, which I did not get right completely, but I'm actually really happy with how this turned out, and I decided to go with Denki instead of the main characters like Deku or Bakugo because he's my absolute favorite, so I just had to. So yeah, this is gonna be my goals page. So I wrote down the numbers 1, 2 and 3 so I can just decide on 3 big goals for the year. Just keep it simple. This way I won't forget what my goals are and can track them better. So I did limit myself to 3 goals, and I will write them next to the numbers. Next up is a spread where I can write down like anime recommendations or just animes I really want to watch throughout the year. And actually I just decided to make this spread because I had a page left when I planned this setup, so I decided to go with that one. And for the theme I decided to go with Seraph of the End, so I just drew you and Mika at the bottom. So yeah, pretty simple spread. on to the last two pages of the setup, which is my YouTube tracker and my TikTok tracker, which are just simple follower trackers. And for the YouTube tracker, I decided to go with Your Lion April and True Kaori at the bottom, and also added a few little cherry blossom petals. And also, if you have any requests for animes for the following months, just leave them in the comments below. So like I said, January is gonna be My Hero Academia. February is gonna be Haikyuu because that's the birthday month of a good friend of mine, and she requested it to be Haikyuu, so I'm gonna do that. But after that, I have no animes planned yet, so leave suggestions in the comments below if you would like to. Yeah, for the TikTok tracker, this is actually not my goal for the year. I did set a goal for myself. I want to reach 100k, which is really ambitious, but I thought rather set a goal a little too high maybe instead of too low, so it's more motivating. I just think a honest goal is more motivating than being modest about it. So I'd rather not reach the 100k instead of not being motivated enough. And as a theme, I decided to go with one of the best Ghibli movies, Chihiro, and just drew Haku and her on the left side of the page. And I think this is actually my favorite double page of the setup. I think it's really, really nice to look at because of the pink of the flower petals on the other side and the pink in the picture of my TikTok tracker. It does go very, very well together. For the end, a little flip through. I hope you like this setup. Like I said before, if you have any requests for animes for the following month, because this entire bullet journal spread is going to be anime themed, just leave them in the comments below. And I hope to see you in my next video, which is probably going to go up this week, so very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. See you!